Good evening. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring you messages of direction towards our best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and also of the planetary aspects surrounding us. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical. So do know that whenever you find this message is when you are meant to. And thank you in advance, guys, for sharing your energy with me by subscribing to the channel. That helps the messages align with you more energetically. And if you do find anything contained in today's message that resonates with you, please let me know that by hitting the like button and leaving me a comment. Personal readings are back open, and you can learn more about me and how to book a reading. It is linked on my home page. Well, Miss Judy Jude, hi. Thank you so much for being here. So I love coming to meet up with you guys because I get to have a little bit of normalcy here. So thank you so much. Hey, Buff. All right. What are we grateful for today? We've got Eckhart Tolle, acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. That's funny. I just had that conversation. So, absolutely focusing, no matter how shitty things may feel sometimes, we can always find something to focus on that is going correctly, whether it's a roof over our head, whether it's our health, whether it's the love that we have in our family or the family that we create by the friends we choose. There's always something. So we did have the sun move out of the last degree or the last lesson of Taurus, which was a peacock parading on an ancient lawn. And that is about embellishing our complete life expression becomes our central purpose. So expressing ourselves, shaking our tail feather. And we have moved into Sun in Gemini. And the first symbol that was divined almost 100 years ago is a glass bottom boat in still water. So emotions calming, energy starting to play out as far as we feel that calm after the storm, right? That I've been predicting before the sun. And this lesson is all about uncovering fresh, new dimensions of life. So, still waters do run deep indeed, and we'll see where we go with that today in the messages. Now, with the channeled messages, happy birthday to all Geminis. Let me know what planets you have sitting in Gemini. Hey, Peg. Hey, Monique. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you got going on in Gemini. We do have 5 of May plus the 22 plus 0 is 2, and then the 9 of this year being our angel number 529. In the comment box, or what do you call that? The chat. There is a link if you'd like to follow on for my notes. And I also posted the do's and don'ts of the moon and Pisces. So I've been making graphics for those every 2.5 days. We feel our mood shift, or we feel something is changing a little bit. And I guarantee you, especially if you have a lot of water in your chart, if you follow the path of the moon, you know what sign it's in. What you're going to do is look at the Pisces portion of your chart and the degrees of the moon, wherever that sits. So, for example, if the moon sits in your 5th house of romance and pleasure and creativity, then this energy for you is going to be heightened, right? Whenever the moon is in Pisces, that house then is not only going to be lit up by emotion, passion, and creation, but also if it's the 5th house, that would be your 5th chakra, your voice, your blue throat chakra. So let me know where Pisces sits for you. And if you're not sure what chakra that matches to, I'm happy to share that with you. Thank you, Peg. I always forget to ask you guys to double tap the screen for that like button. Thank you for helping me out. I appreciate that. Now, we do have our life path today, or our today's date, and adding up to a 34. So 34 years ago was our palindrome year of 1991. Also a 1010 energy. The 1010 portal could be at play here. And also that would further reduce to the number 11 of justice, right? Of balance. 3 + for further is the energy of the Chariot card, Cancerian energy, and that's all about triumphing, our willpower and our focus. We're determined. Now, what is interesting about today, just like we saw yesterday, was the 19th, and we had the special path of cycles, which was the energy or the major arcana of the sun. The world card came out right smack dead center of that energy, cycles coming to a completion. Now, this judgment energy, brought to us by Mars and Pluto. That's a power card for Scorpio energy. It's about tough love lessons, lessons coming to a resolution where our past actions are accounted for karmically and we move forward with a clean slate. The sister energy to the Chariot would be the Tower, so more shock and surprises there. Also, more Mars energy. So, we talked yesterday about the Mars and Venus trining their energy flowing together and how that would point to Sagittarius. And lo and behold, we had card positions 1 and 3, both in Sagittarian energy. Now, I wrote the sun, the Taurus sun, shakes his peacock tail feather and bids us adieu. The song that I got very first thing this morning, I know that I've gotten it once before, but it might have well been a year ago. I don't remember when that last came, but it's definitely been a hot minute. If you're unfamiliar with the song, Google the lyrics because I feel like this path of change and growth, that may resonate for some of you. And what I found also interesting is, again, called Shimmer, and that's by a band called Fuel. Maybe this is some fuel to our fire of that sun moving forward, our passion. That was released on 8/25/1998, which, listen to this, comes out as angel number 888. So, how cool is that? So, not only do we have this palindrome energy coming through for us today, let me know what was happening for you in 1991. I feel like that is when I definitely had my own apartment for a year, a little more than a year. And I think that's right around when I met my first husband and decided to up and move to New Zealand just because he asked me to. So maybe something shocking or something, this chariot is leading you somewhere you never thought you'd go, or just the power of yes, right? You're in the energy of I'm leaving behind. I finished that lesson. I did well on the test. In addition to that, we do have a third quarter moon energy today. We hit 270 degrees. So it looks like our chocolate and vanilla cookie moon here with the dark side of the moon on the right. We place our hand up in the sky where it's dark, and then we turn the light accordingly. So our left hand is free. We're turning the light down on the moon. Okay. So if that was reversed in a first quarter moon, we'd put our hand on the dark side of the moon, use our free hand to turn the light, and that would turn the light on toward the full moon. So we are about halfway down the coaster until we hit that new moon energy. And third quarter moons, guys, are all about, do we stick with the old plans or make new ones? This might be something we might not want to let go of, but we know that we need to. Those third quarter moons are going to show us that energy. And at 270 degrees, that would add up to the 9 of the Hermit, which we also saw in the pre-shuffle energy last night, really looking at the roads we've taken and what road are we going to choose to move forward through, of our own accord. Now, the few lyrics that I included the lyrics of the entire song in my graphics today. Again, attached to the chat up at the top of the chat, there's a link there. So again, I would love for you to just read the lyrics of that song, and wherever you stop, wherever makes you go, the things that makes you go, you're going to know it when you read it, if it's for you or what part of that message may be for you. The parts that I chose is we'll forget the past, but maybe I'm not able, and I'll break at the bend. So we talked about the bending of the nodes as well yesterday, and I put that in my graphics to show you what that looks like in the sky. Further, he says she dreams a champagne dream, strawberry surprise. Last week we were talking about, or I was talking about champagne dreams in a beer budget. So maybe you're learning how to make better use of what you do have, or you're being, again, that energy of being thankful for the abundance that we already have, and acknowledging that out loud helps the energy flow to you in that same direction. So the more that we're grateful, the more things we get to be grateful for. So she dreams a champagne dream, strawberry surprise, pink linen on white paper. I underline this because today's seven energy is associated with the crown chakra, and that is a pink or white energy. So pink linen on white paper. She says that love is for fools that fall behind, and I am somewhere in between. Now, we did see last night the Fool energy being the outcome energy, and that was affected by someone wanting to take a leap, either this lesson revisiting from us the past and coming into our present, someone wanting a new start. It could be a renewal. We are starting at a whole new cycle of Saturn and Aries on Saturday. I posted those dates as well for you in my write-up. So let's see where we go tonight, guys. Let's see where we go. You do love that band? You know what? You've seen them live? That's freaking awesome. I love that. Hey, Crystal, how are ya? So let's see here. Why can't you read your chart today? Oh, you don't have it with you. Thank you. Yes. If anything in the message resonates with you guys, and remember that you all are here because you are energy readers as well, and most likely empathetic. And even if the reading isn't for us that time around, there's usually fun to be had regardless here, because all you guys are amazing in the chat. You take care of each other while I'm doing my thing here, because as soon as I get going in my reading, I'm in Angie mode and I'm hyper focused. So thank you for taking care of each other, and thank you for sharing my channel with other like-minded people as well. So we've got galactic mushroom here, the divine matrix indeed. It is the number 24. Which adds up to a 6 energy of the lovers. Gemini energy moving into the sun moving into Gemini, which is that dualistic energy. Now, those are the yin and yang energies when they come together and are balanced. When the lovers are balanced on each side of the energy, that means we can drive forward in our chariot and stay on the road without wrecking our chariot, because the soul drives the chariot. And when we have a balance of body, mind, and spirit on each side of that justice scale, the divine masculine yang, the divine feminine yin, we have a good ride on that chariot. So this is all about energy lining up to where it's supposed to be. And we have more green energy here of the heart chakra. So 6-5, a countdown energy here, jeweled web connectivity. So these for me are like, this is sacred geometry, and nothing happens by accident. Everything is connected, guys. And this is really just like the galaxy, and every piece has its part, right? Everything has its role to play here. I'm going to scoot these guys over. So getting a bit of a countdown energy here. And it does feel like we're in the lull after the storm, and that sun is getting ready to shine another day. There's that fool's embrace again we saw last night. 6-5-4. Wow. And I just talked about the Fool being the outcome energy in this new leap, teetering on the edge here, transmuting pain into wisdom. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. Yep. Thank you guys so much. That song is so good, right? Okay. Oh, speaking of the moon here, the moon at the bottom of the deck, and what this is the siren of healing. The moon siren heals with her voice, and there are music notes here coming out that travel through the waves of the galaxy of time to heal the energies that need to come in balance. Okay, I love this card in this deck. What might need healing? Our devil energy that we saw yesterday and what spirit wanted us to know. It's taken a long time to heal these fears. And we saw that book ending the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. All right. And what needs to heal? Some fears, perhaps around commitment. We have those double full moons here. We just did have the moon in Scorpio. This would be the card of Aries, Four of Wands, the last deacon of Aries. And this is where Chiron, the healer, is sitting right now in the sky. We are in those last 5 degrees. And that lesson right now is about avoiding overwhelm by development of discrimination. Yep, we've totally picked apart these wounds, guys, one by one. It's taken a lot of time, energy, and effort to do that, to come into this lemniscate of balance. Had she not done that, this high priestess energy of the whale would have never been able to come to the surface. Okay. More energy of filling our own heart's cup. And when we fill our heart's cup, our intuition, our high priestess energy is able to come online and be stronger. And looks like after a time of a nightmare siren, and I usually go 6 deep here. This has been kind of a prisoner in your own mind about whatever truth here is being unraveled or uncovered. And when I go 6 deep, the bookends are the healing siren and the nightmare siren. So here, this nightmare siren is keeping this researcher up all night long, trying to keep her from, checking out the emotions of the rocky sea here. See how all these emotions are really, the sea is rough. And she's gotten no sleep here because of that. So it looks like our healing energy is coming. We are no longer allowing ourselves to be trapped in a cage, especially of our own doing, whatever this personal truth, whatever King of Wands energy here. Maybe we felt like we had to be super diligent and protect our castle at all times, but maybe those were just fears here, and we figured out finally why we've been so hyper vigilant. Speaking of that reading last night, guys, I listened to a reader that Liz turned me on to, and oh my gosh, did the same freaking cards that we pulled last night together came right out in that reading, and it was Leo reading. So if that energy resonates for you, that's where Mars is right now. And then Mars is in the symbol of sunshine just after a storm and holding a position of nobility, the king. Okay. Walking away, letting sleeping giants lie. All right, let's see what's happening here for y'all. What is happening here, please, and thank you, Spirit. Are the Red Wings right on the top? There's our tower energy. Are the Red Wings the grandkids hockey team, Miss Peg? We'll all put in a little extra thumbs up for their win tonight. Hey Michelle, hi, welcome. Thanks for coming in. You are heading to the hockey game. Yep, absolutely. Thanks for popping in, Miss Peg. Go Red Wings. All right, let's see what's going on here for you guys here. The divine matrix. Nothing is an accident. All right. She says that love is for fools that fall behind, and I'm somewhere in between, healing a lot of kind of heartbreak energy, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go. I was just telling Peg and Liz that when I went on my nature walk with Lola, I asked, what gifts does Spirit have to bring me today? And in particular, I wanted to know about how to use my voice in a better way. There's the Hierophant, the teacher, and give me any signs as to what to do about that or how to use it. And there was a blue. Uh, Egg from a nest that had fallen out of a tree. So maybe we've got pushed out of some kind of nest. There's the 10 of Cups, someone that we love that we never thought or never saw that we not have in our life, right? Somebody that perhaps we didn't see was trying to offer love to us, or maybe using a different love language. And there's our Scorpio energy again. That card in this deck is all about death at the carelessness of a human, right? That's hurtful. But if we are rectifying this energy, these tough love lessons coming to a resolution, or past actions are being accounted for with the judgment energy of today's 20th date. In this deck, the Five of Cups is all about respect and sending love and moving along, understanding that nothing was an accident. They were supposed to meet for a reason. They're just different species. They're just two different people here. And maybe that's what was throwing our balance out of whack. The energy was not completely symbiotic, and there was a past scroll, right? Just letting the past outweigh the truth that's about to come, get a big old wave to knock that sword of truth into balance with the past. Okay. Maybe this is the first time, maybe this is someone you are not going having another cycle or go around with. And remember, we did have that countdown energy showing up in the oracles. Okay. Wow, Knight of Cups, that came up in the pre-shuffle energy. Renewal, renewing our heart, being very focused moving forward. So in this deck, this knight is very focused on him learning to scry so that he can predict. So I was just talking about my nature walk, and it was a teeny tiny little blue egg, and I'm not sure if that's a robin's egg. Maybe that's why they say robin's egg blue, but that was literally the color that it was. And I looked up in the tree trying to see if I could see a nest, and there was no nest to be found. Either it was up there pretty good, that so far that I couldn't see it, but it was on the ground, and I was like, that's so sad. This beautiful, perfect egg. It wasn't cracked or anything. So even if here we are renewing our own heart's cup, we did see the Queen of Cups pouring into her own heart for that pearl of wisdom crown that she's wearing, so that her psychic gifts come online. And this is y'all's energy here. This is all about a love offer or pouring back into ourselves, understanding that we need to renew. Maybe you need to grow one of your starfish legs back, or you feel like that. But this is very, very focused on, all right, how do I use this gift? How do I tap into this divine matrix energy? Okay. I understand that everything is connected, that nothing is an accident. All right, let's go from the top here. All right, whatever situation this is, guys, here you are setting down the burden. 10 of Wands. Look at her hyper focus here. She's determined. The 10 means that you are almost there, keep going. Okay, just keep swimming. The card of the day from Astrology Answers was the Ace of Wands, and 1 + 0 is 1, turning, this is going to soon turn into the Ace of Wands. We saw that passion show up last night. And yep, the opportunity where before the past is outweighed, this truth that we didn't want to see was out of balance. It wasn't quite symbiotic like the clownfish and the anemone here. And that to me, when I first got this deck, looks like a brain. Libra energy here, the emotions coming in to balance out that sort of truth we saw buried at the bottom of the ocean in the pre-shuffle. All right. And this is like hyper focused. Okay, I get it. I'm setting it down. Now what? What do I got to do? Yep, the Eight of Swords, the prison of your own mind, was a thing of the past. Okay. And now we're hyper focused on our own renewal. The heart of the reading, Six of Swords. If at first you don't succeed in this deck, try again. Traditionally, the Six of Swords is allowing spirit to guide us, to take us to calmer waters. And here it's like, no, I want to do it myself. I'm learning. I got this. I have the reins. And in this story, this merman has tried several times to create a sled out of these six swords, and that he's had many failed attempts, right? If at first you don't succeed, keep going, keep trying. I'm really focused. I get it. I'm about to set this down, and I am allowing the truth to come in. I'm allowing the burdens that don't belong to me to be lifted. I'm setting that down. This is on the Stairway to Heaven album. The front cover, Led Zepp 4, is the Hermit energy carrying the 10 wands, and inside is the Hermit with the Lantern energy. So whenever both of those show up, I consider that an ascension reading or a stairway to heaven. We'll see if it shows. Okay, Wheel of Fortune energy here in the near future, your balance. Okay, divine timing, guys. So I don't do timings and readings because divine timing means that when your energy is in balance, then the Wheel of Fortune goes in your favor and not a second before. And if we've been in this mindset of my hands are tied, I can't do anything, these were fears that were being created with that devil energy, right? Could be around commitment, like we saw in the pre-shuffle, but some you're allowing some truth in. This could be even the burden of truth. In the blocked position, yeah. So this is hyper focused. If she takes her eyes off of that truth for 1 second, these emotions will swallow her whole. And with this wave coming in here and as the opportunity, here we are learning, but they are double nights. So Gemini energy that has been blocked so far, the sun is going to bring in some hyper clarity for us. And again, we're staying focused. We're not allowing our own mind to kind of thwart the good things that are coming. We're not being slowed down anymore, right? This is movement, could be literally moving on. There he is again. So he's a shark in this deck, and sharks never stop moving. So again, lots of movement and activity here. But first, you got to take whatever is on your back. And we've got one more thing. Spirit wants you to know that you're almost there. As soon as we set this down, I see it. I want it. It's mine. Okay, this truth comes in, and this passion moves forward, this leadership energy. And it's like only you this whole time. It's kind of a little bit of clicking our little red heels, right? This whole time, if we were outsourcing what the problem was, well, we're part of that formula. And it could be that our own focus or our own renewal to self was put on the back burner. And that is why you're so focused on your own renewal at this point. And then with the help of the Gemini sun, this energy gets righted. Anything that falls on the table is available energy, okay? No longer getting stuck, understanding that the universe always has a plan. Everything is connected. Again, countdown energy. Outcome. What I say about the high priestess. And there's our full moon again. We are in the last breaths, the last gasps of Pisces energy. That's kind of a mystical quality to it. And look at her creating. She's using her intuition that she's learned here. So your outcome is if you stay focused on your own renewal and don't give up. You're almost there. You are about ready to achieve that sunshine just after the storm where Mars in Leo is right now. Okay. This is the card of the theme where Mars is at nobility. And I mean, that's pretty fast. If you look at the diagonals of it, you continuing to push forward here this time when the wave comes in, you're not crying boo-hoo about it. You're not letting it slow you down. You are moving forward. And when you come into balance, here comes in this justice, this wave of truth. I want to extend the outcome here. So the high priestess, 5 of Pentacles, she calls me from the cold is the first part of that lyric. She calls me from the cold. And normally we see a winter scene here. This is my weeping willow tree. We are not allowing the truth to swallow us under or swallow us whole anymore. If you know the song Alison Krauss, the Weeping Willow song, Alison Krauss, and I can see the guy's face that sings it. Help me out there. Um, Basically, what that song is about is that the female character, um, when she leaves the man because of his alcoholism, he doesn't make it. The alcohol takes his life, and she ends up kind of following suit, right? Brad Paisley, Alison Krauss, and Brad Paisley. So right here, the 5 of Pentacles in this deck, this could be you offering your intuition, you helping someone who is in a position of they just can't pull themselves out of their emotions. And you're like, I've been there, done that. Let me tell you how I did it, right? It got me caught up for quite a while. But when I figured out that everything happens, no matter how terrible, it's all here to be for me. It's here to show me something. It's here to show me a truth I didn't know before. Let me see what's bookending this high priestess here. Yeah. So with that nightmare siren, we're always going to have these hard components of life, guys. But when we stay ahead or stay on top of the energy, we cannot take care of anyone else unless we are ourselves renewed. You can carry the burden. You're almost there. Okay. And then this is about uncovering a fresh new dimension of life, this new wave, this new information that's coming in. And there she is again, this double full moon energy. This outcome could be happening. We just had a full moon. So let me look for June. We just had our full moon energy and Scorpio, of course. That was a hell of a full moon. I had a lot of emails about that one. Our next full moon is going to be our strawberry moon. Strawberries are in that song. I even put a champagne and a strawberry on the graphic. Yeah, that's why this is here, guys. The strawberry moon. It's the full moon in Sagittarius. And Mercury is also going to sextile or synthesize with Venus, communication. The moon then, after the full moon in Sag, that'll be a later degree. So look towards the end of where Sagittarius is in your chart. And that could be the life area here that you're setting down this burden. And when you come into balance, everything else comes into balance around you. That's the healing moon for you. Yep, this person here, what I say about you teaching, this person and this outcome at the center of the beginning of the story is just learning how to scry and instead is distracted by the fish. He's supposed to be doing this. And instead, this sorrow or this weeping willow energy, if you let your emotions kind of match that of the person needing your help, it's really hard to help when we get distracted from our own renewal, right? That could be the burden here that you're feeling of I'm trying to help this person, but are we helping ourselves first? And the truth of these nightmares here, King of Swords, Aquarian energy, understanding the necessary lessons that heal ourselves of distortions of light. A nightmare is just a nightmare. We wake up from it. So maybe you're teaching this person how to seek the truth of their own emotions, or this is your energy. Whatever energy is here, this could be a child or just someone simply younger than you, but they're going through a hard time. And for whatever reason, you've already been through something similar. But this time you learn how to not only allow spirit to carry you forward, you understand what burden is yours and what is not yours. And you know how to take ownership and leadership of your own truth, which is I keep the oxygen mask on myself first, because otherwise, if I don't heal, my high priestess is not as active. I can't tune in to the galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, as easily as I could. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. All right, more learning. There's that Knight of Pentacles, the situation from last night. First card out. Now we've got 3 knights here. And the only knight missing is the Knight of Wands. But Spirit wants you to know King of Wands. The kings are the ones that send the knights. So maybe you haven't sent your knight quite yet, but we did see the Knight of Wands come up in that opportunity position yesterday. You're learning about happiness. Happiness, once these 10 wands are put down, it's like, I'm breathing easier now. This person also may be learning from you how to tap into and acknowledge the good that they already have in their life. You're helping them figure out what they were supposed to learn from this. They are learning, if you're seeing this as divine masculine energy or simply as the universal energies surrounding us, take it whatever way it resonates for you. In this deck, this 7 of Swords is only taking what's needed. Okay. Take the wisdom of the lesson and leave behind the pain. These guys don't even know what swords are. They're not taking the whole bounty. They're only taking one for each of them to follow on to this next path, right? You understand these are like little stepping stones. You understand that whatever you've been through in the last 2.5 years with Saturn and Pisces has been but just a stepping stone. Okay. You're taking the lesson of this, or this person is. And there's the Page of Pentacles, the actual offer, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You got to follow it down. It takes time. And there is something even to take away from, oh my gosh, I'm putting myself in this state here in the past. And now I've learned how to not do that. It took me a lot of practice. I had to keep at it. I had to keep trying, but now I see the benefit of that. This stuff really works. Tempering lead into gold, taking the lesson, right? Not the pain of it, just what I was supposed to learn. This Seven of Swords is fueling this wave here of truth that's getting ready to come in as the opportunity. Maybe we just have never thought about it that way. I don't have to continue to take the burden of this truth, painful or not. This is, very patient energy. This is time. This is a lot of time that it has taken here to keep on trying, to have the will to keep on trying. And look at this beautiful rainbow energy here connecting the two. The Queen of Swords, and now we have a divine pair here on the board, Libra energy again. It could be simply a meeting of the minds, someone that matches your intellect here. And what is in the blocked position currently? Maybe again, you're teaching this person from your own life experience. When I wasn't staying focused on this truth, my emotions swallowed me under. And the Knight of Swords there, we have every intention of taking ownership, taking the lead, and really looking at this diligently. Look at all these swords here and this side of the cross energy. And then Four of Wands, the 1111 is currently blocked, but this person, like I said, is learning if this is a yin to your yang or a yang to your own yin. This can be celebratory energy. See how the volcano is now calm and they're resting. This is the situation, whatever this is, you are almost there. Keep going. There's our sun again. What does Spirit want you to know? Taking leadership of this double Leo energy will lead you to this 9 cups of happiness. You're almost there. Take only what you need from this truth, because when we allow that balance to come in, when we take away the lessons without the pain, our own energy balances and divine timing starts that second. Okay. Happiness is here again because you are making that happen. You're using this energy. Again, this is Mars. Mars is in Leo, sunshine just after a storm. And the outcome energy, more celebration, bookending this celebration here, gathering with friends. Okay, allowing happiness back into our life, acknowledging the good we already have. Well, we have friendships, we have other people that we can talk to about these like-minded spiritual things, right? And we're doing that right now together. There's the King of Cups to the page, to the Knight that we saw here, and the Page of Cups down here at the center of our story. So this Knight of Cups is also in traditional decks. He's stopped, right? He hasn't yet. We saw where he hadn't yet crossed to the emotions of the water. And in this deck, this is someone that represents diplomacy. Again, this opportunity for balancing the head and the heart, because the soul drives the chariot. I mean, this may be a person who doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve. Again, maybe their love language is different. Maybe it's just acts of love. If you need love in a different way, perhaps then that's just a conversation. But there's cups to be had here, celebration to be had. There is the reaping the rewards here. Where to go? Yep, what I noted here on the very first card, that treasure chest, because of your own renewal, your dedication, even during times of turmoil where this volcano is exploding, you kept at it. right? And maybe it was just conquering your own mind and telling yourself, stop it, not letting these fears get to you. And that was all it took to balance your energy so this divine timing energy, this gift could come in. And look at that, an Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. I'll take that all day, every day. So the King of Cups would be fueling. Maybe this is a person who has been in pain prior. Maybe they went through something really, really tough, and they're weeping willow energy. And you're helping them by telling them what you have learned. All right. And that Ace of Pentacles is fueling here the Nine of Swords. So there's a gift in the gift of the pain, right? But taking only the lesson of it, not the actual physicalness of it, because that manifests in our body. Releasing and letting go. Wow. Oh, this guy goes down here. Now, 10 of Cups is going to be fueling this moon card energy here, this moon siren that sends her songs of healing through the waves of the ocean, through the galaxy. So, is fueled by this 10 of Cups energy. This is someone that loves you very much or that you love, somebody already in your vicinity. The 10 of Cups is really the family um, that we choose. These are like who are the people in your neighborhood kind of energy. Everybody contributes to the greater good here. And there's the glass bottom boat in the still waters, uncovering fresh new dimensions of life. This person coming in balanced after sorrow, or the energy of the universe, right? That Scorpio energy of the King of Cups, that Scorpio full moon here that I was talking about, fueling our outcome energy, has brought in some kind of truth that leads to this healing. That this is balanced energy. What I want wants me. Okay. What I want wants me. What you want wants you. And there's our Queen of Pentacles, Minor Arcana Empress. That is fueling this King of Swords, this truth energy, this transformation, Pluto in Aquarius. This is acknowledging all the good we have. This is someone of a lot of experience, guys. And look at that, the Ace of Cups of love underneath right there. Your balance brings in an energy of someone equally balanced. It feels like this is you simply sharing your story about how you did that, facing your own truth about how we can be our own worst enemy, right? We need to renew from that as well. Let me check out this divine matrix energy from the Shaman's Dream Oracle here. And again, green heart chakra, Leo energy. That is, again, a 24. So we had a countdown energy of 6, 5, and then the 4 card of this new leap, transmuting pain, was right underneath this before we even pulled the cards. All right, 24. Beautiful. Galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, the intricate complexity of life. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The galactic mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. The universal laws are not for our own benefits only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up our desired outcomes. The matrix of consciousness, called Source, God, Spirit, or many other names, is intricately woven into life. And there is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all the moving parts. It's impossible to see beyond what we already know, just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but not the living biome below. The thread-like mycelium of fungi form vast, intricate networks underground, connecting different life forms with one another in a kind of internet of the plant kingdom. Imagine the divine matrix serving the same way, connecting the individual consciousness with that of the divine. The galactic mushroom reminds us that our dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention we hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms. Whether or not we can see it working on our behalf, eventually we see the evidence play out in the serendipitous events that work in our favor, seemingly outside of the law of cause and effect. Your most beautiful results are being birthed right now, not just for you, but for the highest good of all. We have learned, guys, we have learned that we are part of this creation and we are allowing the higher energies to carry us forward. The last 5 degrees of Pisces in Saturn, we're experiencing that anaretic degree until Saturday. And that is all about the realization of faith. Okay, so just beautiful energy. I feel like the strawberry moon here is going to be pulling in this energy of like energy, someone that matches you in balance of head and heart. You want the same things. And this could be all about maybe you are uniting or reuniting, and this is over all the ways in which we've let life's distractions keep us from our own highest good. Okay. That Scorpio energy was about diving deep, and it was about it's the house of secrets, right? It's the house of sex, it's the house of passion. So, seeing the truth of that here, taking ownership of the burdens that are ours to face and letting go of the ones that are not ours to face, taking the lessons, but transmuting and leaving the pain behind, right? Transmuting the pain is what gets us into this balanced state. That's the wave of truth here. And then we have our divine timing coming right in to bring us what we already knew, what we've been waiting for. Okay. And when we when we get focused, when we get swallowed under by our emotions, the high priestess, our third eye, our crown, above the crown chakra or under the crown chakra gets turned off. So that may be what has been a need of healing, and this next full moon is going to pull that strawberry moon energy for us, especially if you're in an energy of allowing. You are almost there. No more of this. Okay, guys, if we have a tendency to go there, especially when the sun is in an air sign, we can get into that stinking thinking, right? That delays divine timing, that delays our balance. Therefore, we cannot yet reach the shelf of what it is that we have manifested. It's up too high. We have to raise our vibrational frequency in order to reach what it is that we've already asked for. Everything is connected. Woo! All right. Wow, I know. I was thinking every rose has its thorn too. That's funny. I forget where I was seeing that or thinking that, but that's kind of like this, Seven of Swords energy. It's part of the stepping stones of life. And we can either allow ourselves to get sucked under by someone else's sorrow and get us distracted from our own healing. But I feel like here, when the nightmare siren tries to come back in, we're king of swords in that shit. That's part of That's part of the transformation of Pluto being in retrograde, looking at our own damn selves, right? In order to become what we idealize here, that very last degree of Pisces. Let's get you guys some advice for all signs here. Let me get you some advice, and we're going to start with Gemini. Again, happy birthday to Gemini. My Venus is in Gemini, so I'm looking forward to the energy for this month. And of course, in June, we've got Jupiter moving into Cancer, so I am all for that. I'm looking under the table here. It sounded like a card flew. Yeah, it sounded like that, and I don't see one. I don't see anything at all there. All right, let's see what flipped though. All right, remember that wherever the sun is, that affects us all. Fast track to ascension. When we figure it out, when we set down the other burdens, our energy clears and our high priestess comes back on. And look at how these kind of look like subwoofers here. The chosen one, fast track to ascension, since that's the sun and Gemini advice for everyone. I'm going to read that card to us. Receive the gift, the Holy Grail code here. Our arms need to be open to receive as much as they are willing to be open to give to others. But when we take ownership, we take leadership. We've got the sun energy coming in here. That is beautiful. All right, this is the Ascension Take Me Home Oracle deck. Each suit is a different color, and there are 11 cards in each suit. The red suit, the card that came out for the Sun and Gemini, advice for us all, is all about principles to come into alignment with ourself and find true love, this heart's cup. We must fill our own in order for our high priestess to come on, in order to be balanced in our head and heart. All right, see if you can get an intuitive hit there. Maybe you want a screenshot, and maybe you want to try scrying yourself. Maybe you're just learning how to do that. Okay, so the chosen one, your soul has been on a lifelong quest to find real love with a burning desire to align with your divine counterpart, your exact mirror who reflects your weaknesses and your strengths to enable growth. We had a palindrome today, 1991, okay? Mirrored numbers. This card indicates you've been searching for true love outside of ourselves, which is pulling us out of alignment with our authentic truth. And I believe I said something about searching outside of ourselves. When the chosen one appears, it serves as a reminder that on a higher plane, you prearranged with your soul flame to teach each other to become whole within. This sacred agreement puts you both on a fast track to ascension for the purpose of creating a loving relationship with yourself first, followed by healthy relationships with others. The fastest way to align with your other half is to heal your heart, where you discover the treasure of true love for yourself. Focus on healing your abandonment wounds. Stop searching outside of yourself for true happiness. Let go of the old stories, the past programming, and release doubts that you will experience great love. Your soul flame is teaching you that the one you are searching for is you. So if you are wanting a new relationship to come in, or a renewed cup, because Ace of Cups can always be renewed love as well, we have to be able to receive instead of giving all the time, or taking these burdens on that really do not belong to us, right? This is like learning how to let go of grief, not getting distracted by grief, not allowing this nightmare siren to keep us awake at night, not one more damn night. And we do have a divine pair here on the board in the yin and the yang energy. And we see that the King of Cups on the board is sending the night. So the universe is going to be rewarding you here by balancing your own energy, by you continuing to persist, okay, and learning how to talk to spirit, perhaps learning how to do those nature walks and ask the questions and receive the gift of the answers that you're asking for. What beautiful energy, guys. Gorgeous. And when that happens, what you want wants you right there. I'll take a jacked up Ray LaMontagne. Hello. He cute. Okay. All right. Next shuffle. Let's see what flew here. We're going to come down, and that was soul merger, ebb and flow. We're going to go back through Cancer through Taurus. All right. Cancerian energy. Oh, it came out anyway. Soul merger, ebb and flow. There's two cranes there, past life soul, soulmate energy. And these are about the chakras being aligned and imbalanced. And look at that heart chakra right there. Today is the energy of the crown, which is right here. Beautiful. Okay. Let's look at Leo energy coming in here. Let's see. Spirit wanted us to know Sun fueled by King of Wands, when we take leadership of our own happiness and set down the burdens of the past. All right, there's our flipper. Leo, 3 to 3, soulmate. Clearing core wounds here, clearing core wounds. Well, we just talk about down here. Maybe you're teaching somebody else how to do that. Feminine twin. This is the olive suit. So we got a match here. Activating the higher self, feminine twin energy. Take that as it resonates for you. All right, for Virgo. So this could be the Leo energy clearing its core wounds from childhood and tempering lead into gold. Once we set down those burdens, that 9 of Cups is waiting right there after, just a little bit more. You're almost there, Spirit is saying. You are so close. Virgo, the amber energy matching up with this Holy Grail, 1111, compassion. And look at that, Haley, our green heart chakra again, more Leo energy. Okay, compassion. So Virgo, we're holding compassion. We're letting compassion heal us. We are finding compassion for ourselves if we only shared that for others, taking care of us. All right, Libra, reprogramming your soul. Look at that air energy. This is the slate suit. Release, raise, and reclaim. So, like I said, Pluto's in Aquarius, another air sign, and that is all about the re's when it's in retrograde. You're reprogramming your soul here, and that's the opportunity to get back in balance. Release, raise, and reclaim. Find something symbiotic that's truly in balance. All right, Scorpio. All right, deep Scorpios, what you going to pull on me here? Tied into the Leo energy as well. Twin flame facilitator, expansive growth. And there's that trine of energy there. So whatever that deep dive was that you took, it's going to only fast track that ascension there and be growth in a way that you never thought possible. Moving pretty fast there, it feels like. That feels fast energy, Scorpio. So you can follow your own zodiacal wheel all the way around, guys, and take advice for each house of your own chart here. And for Sagittarius, unification. You got a heart here in the center with kind of this double lemniscate energy. Unification, 9 to 9. Okay, 9 to 9, the top step for the Hermit. What about for Capricorn? Capricorn. Okay, coming back into that olive suit as well. The high priestess energy that we see here on the outcome, expanding consciousness. And we see a swan here. She's riding this swan. So, very center of the reading, Six of Swords energy there, allowing spirit to carry us forward, continuing to trying new ways to divine messages for yourselves and or others. Okay, expanding consciousness. That's beautiful. What about for Aquarius? All right. Several here. We got a flipper. So the Voyager's journey. There's a dragonfly here in the center, past life healing. Pluto in Aquarius, transformation, understanding the necessary lessons that heal ourselves of distortions of light. I don't know if anybody's eating an apple slice of life right here. Take that as a special message for you if you are. It's a 2-2 energy. Your energy, where'd it go? Two of Cups. Your energy will match that as being received. Remember, we have this come in too with that Holy Grail energy. And then they also got this air energy, another 2-2, divine order, practicing patience, more of that rainbow energy that we were seeing with the Page of Pentacles and temperance energy. And then lastly, karmic purge, distortions of light, mirror reflections. Again, that mirror energy that we heard in the galactic mushroom. These people are soulmates, no matter if it's a sister, brother, cousin, teacher, coach, partner, whatever. They are all showing us parts of ourselves that are in need of healing. The way that we love, we learned. Okay, we learned that way by 18 months old. Okay, so wow. Pluto transformations doing some serious work there wherever Aquarius is in your own chart. What about for Pisces? Thanks for sticking with me, guys. You made it to the ice arena. Ice, baby. Don't go sledding out there in the middle just because it's the heart of the reading. Pisces energy. We got the high priestess energy here on the outcome. Again, the end of Saturn is realization of faith. Remember your identity, Pisces. You can do it. You are almost there. This burden has been heavy, but you're taking ownership. I see it. I want it. It's mine. You can do it. And last night we did have the Divine Feminine card come out with many masks. Okay. That's really interesting there, Pisces energy, wherever that is in your chart. All right. And Aries. We are in the theme of honor, Venus and Aries, and that will click over that reading last night. I was talking about the trine energy. All right, Aries, Master Alchemist. Okay, violet flame activation. I was just talking about the reading last night. I mentioned the violet flame. We did have the sixth being the sixth chakra, that third eye energy from yesterday, the 5 to 5 of change. We're getting ready to change over into Saturn to Aries by surrendering, dark night of the soul. So remember, that's a whole nother 2.5-year lesson. Mystical messages. That's how we get these messages, following the signs. Always happens after an awakening, doesn't it? That violet flame kicks on and it's kind of like, wasn't there an easier way to do this? Did I have to go through all the bullshit first? Yeah, that's what Daddy said he does, unfortunately. He's the ass kicker of the planets. make sure that we learn, and we can either learn the easy way or the hard way. We've just got to keep trying. Okay, lastly, Taurus. Beautiful. Healing separation, going within. We are never separate from our soulmates, whether they are living or not. There's always going to be a connection there. And you can, when we learn how to speak with the divine, when we learn how to get our own messages, we understand very vividly and very deeply that they hear everything we say. Every message that is intended to be sent is received always. Beautiful. All right, going within there. Taurus is going back within, because the sun is out of Taurus now, and this is beautiful energy here of healing that separation energy. Well, thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. I appreciate you. Love you so much. Thank you for all the kindness, love, and support you show me. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, and for making sure that notification bell is on, so that anytime, especially with my wacky schedule, I get on when I can get 2 hot seconds to myself. So thank you for still being so supportive through all of it. I really appreciate you, and I love you so much. And bye bye for now. Until next time. You're so welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.